This is Yowie Dan, and you're listening to the Bigfoot Club podcast.
Hi guys, it's Blair Dominguez. These are the two most special men in my life. So of course I'm going to tell you to do what you need to do. Please go to their website, www.bigfootclubpodcast.com. Check out their merch and all of their episodes. And also please look for their social media. X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, at Bigfoot Club 1. If you have a Bigfoot or paranormal stories or just need help in your area, please email them at bigfootclub1@gmail.com. They are both very caring people who you can talk to anything about. Also, check out Matt Knapp's Bigfoot Crossroads on all platforms. He's a really cool guy too. We all love Matt. And my podcast that I'm working on, because I want to be like Uncle Robert, is Silent Serenity. I'm on Podbean and Spotify. Thank you, guys.
Hey everybody, Robert Jesse Dominguez, your host for Bigfoot Club. My co-host today is Steven Dominguez, my nephew. Steven, say what's up.
What's up?
You notice that we're not saying episodes anymore?
That makes me sad, man.
Why?
I was just telling you off air right now. I was like, man, I used to love looking forward to that. Like, it's like milestones.
Yeah.
You know, the number, the leveling up. That's what it was. And I don't know. You're just like, no, we're not gonna do that.
Well, I mean,
we're big time now.
The only reason why I'm not doing it now because, you know, with the holiday seasons coming up. We have sometimes we have a show on tow ready to load later on whenever we're on vacation. Mm-hmm. So rather than change, because I don't know what episode that's going to be. So I just figured it'd be easier.
So do you add that later on? Do you add
I
you
could
record yourself and be like, hey everybody, this is Bigfoot Club season 5 and you're listening to season 5 episode whatever.
Yeah, I could do it.
Enjoy the show.
I could do it, but
if you really think about it, nobody else does. Like Joe Rogan doesn't do that. They don't go Joe Rogan Experience season 5.
He's moving side to side.
Episode 99. Yeah,
he's moving side to side in case because none of us can. The listeners can.
I just want to reiterate that my uncle did that. Whenever he would say he would like bob and weave.
I did not do that.
Like he was like going under the mic, Like he was boxing, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's a thing you have to do.
I don't recall ever doing that.
Yeah. You're not open-minded. Whatever.
It's the middle of winter.
It's spring. Yeah, people doing that. It's spring. No, it's not.
It's middle of winter.
It's middle of winter. It's January. It's freezing outside. You guys aren't open-minded.
We haven't done a show in a while.
No, we haven't.
And so since we done a show the Texas Rangers won the World Series.
They did. They finally did it. They pulled it off.
Were you pretty happy?
I was. I wish I was a bigger baseball fan though.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff I understand of it. I never played it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure Grandpa's happy.
Yeah. I was going to say,
I'm pretty sure he already knew it. He was like, oh yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, because I grew up watching baseball with him, and he would explain everything to me, and he took me to my first baseball game when I was 13. I was pretty excited.
Rangers?
So, yeah, it was the Rangers. That was probably in '83. I think Bert Hooton was pitching.
Bert Hooton.
So, but it was really good. It was a pretty good experience with my dad and. I wish he was here to see it because, he was a huge Rangers fan because back then, because we were pretty poor and so we didn't have cable or nothing like that. So he would listen to Ranger games on the radio and I would come in if I was working, at the grocery store and I'd come home and he was listening to the game. I go, so what's the score? And he would tell me, Rangers 6, Brewers 4, I go, okay. So he said he's just sit there and he would just be in the living room, listening to the Rangers, and he wouldn't even be watching TV, he'd just be listening to it. So it's kind of cool.
That grocery store that you mentioned that you were working at, did you have to wear a suit and tie?
I had to wear a shirt and tie. Yeah. and slacks. So,
Did you like that?
I thought it was weird. I had a clip on, so it wasn't that bad. It was heavy though. The clip-ons back then were like heavy. It was like a ball and chain or something.
So didn't that confuse a lot of people back then? Because like, oh yeah, this guy looks like a manager. Nope, he's just a stock boy, a stalker.
I was actually a sacker, and I was like, I would go help him stock every now and then. But
did you ever have that rude customer, like whenever your manager was like right by, they would be like, make sure your man double bags. Last man he didn't double bag, or the bottom nearly fell out. Make sure he double bag, like the woman said.
Yes, sir.
We're quoting Shawshank.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah. But did it ever happen though?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, that's good.
We didn't have plastic bags back then. We had.
It was paper.
It was just paper.
Well, duh. I mean, yeah, that's why the bottom nearly came out.
You know what? We used to double sack all the time anyway. So it was just a thing we did. Because, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got off in talking.
You just said that you worked at a grocery store, and I remember you used to say, I used to wear a tie and
the Rangers.
And a tuxedo.
So I just want to say, because I don't want our Arizona peeps to get mad at us for being Ranger fans, because Arizona was a great team this year, and they played very well, and we were honored to play them. So it's like a spokesman for the Rangers. So
like you're being interviewed.
I know.
Geez. But yeah, no, I think it's awesome that they won. Not because they're obviously a good team, but there was a lot of motivation and inspiration through a band that you and I both like.
Yeah,
I actually really love. Creed, yeah, not Creedence, Creed.
It is weird because like I try not to be superstitious, so. But I couldn't watch a playoff game. Every time I'd watch it, they'd lose.
No, so I get it.
And so I didn't watch any of the games. And so all the games they did win, I woke up early that day, and I was posting stuff on Bigfoot Club like I always do. And I was posting stuff for the Google's Paranormal page too. And I would listen to Creed all day. And I would... and then I would get ready for work, and I'd go to work. I'd drive in and listen to Creed. Every time I did that, they won.
Hey,
so
superstitious, or there's a quote on The Office where Michael, like Scott's like, "I'm not superstitious. I am a little stitious." I was like, I don't think that's a word.
A little stitious.
I am a little stitious. Though. I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious.
It's a made up word.
It's a made up word, big time. But yeah, no, Creed. That's pretty awesome that they were. I think one of the games, and it was Scott Stapp, Mark Tremonti, and believe Brian Marshall, the bassist, and they were wearing the Ranger gear.
Yeah, I don't even know what state they're from.
I don't know,
because I know they're.
I know one of them is a Rangers fan though.
Yeah, no, but I think Scott was not a Rangers fan at first until he heard the story.
Yeah, and he was like, I guess I gotta take them higher.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But he's like, I know you don't like the Rangers, but what if?
What if? You knew I was gonna do that, didn't you?
That's why I threw it in there.
Oh,
I guess it's my sacrifice to like them. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a lot of good songs.
Oh yes.
It's very very uplifting
and still heavy.
I would say this because I was listening whenever I was doing my rehab. I would listen to Creed. I'd listen to a lot of other songs and stuff that kind of build me up, and music was a big part of my recovery. So I don't think without music, I don't think I would have made it through. To be honest with you.
Yeah, music is. Especially good music that
music that doesn't suck.
I wasn't gonna go there, but yeah, no, especially good music that hits you in the right moment at the right time. Because you can be listening to Creed, a certain song, "My Sacrifice" or something, or "Higher," every day, and then there's like that one moment that you're going through something, and it just hits, and it's a very uplifting. Like it makes you fall in love with the song or the band even more.
Yeah.
So. I think that's pretty cool that the Rangers were using that as like inspiration and motivation.
We should use it too.
Yeah, we should. I'm okay with that. I love Creed. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you like Creed? Yeah, I love Creed. I fucking love Creed.
Yeah, they're
amazing.
They're badass.
Hell yeah.
You want to talk about? You're not streaming right now, right?
No, I'm taking a break on the streaming thing. I'm glad you brought it up, though. Yeah, like I haven't abandoned anybody or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Earl reached out to me and goes, "Hey, man, did you just completely stop streaming?"
Yeah.
No, I
Pearl,
didn't.
yeah.
So I had to make it like an announcement. I don't know if you saw that on Facebook. I was like, "Hey, I didn't abandon y'all. I'm taking a mental. It's actually still a mental health break. Streaming can be very stressful because you're not just playing like by yourself, playing a video game or something like that. You're
kind of weird,
yeah,
man.
no, yeah. You're not playing video games by yourself.
Right.
You're streaming it, and you gotta watch what you say, and you gotta act right, and you gotta entertain.
Yeah,
the camera.
entertainers. Yeah.
Even if there's nobody there, a lot of people are like, "Well, you got no viewers. Why are you still talking?" Oh, I'm trying to get used to it.
Hey, are you a video sports entertainer?
I am a video game sports entertainer. But no, I'm taking a break on that, and I will be back streaming whenever we move.
Right.
To a house, which we're trying to do.
Yeah, we're looking at houses right now.
Yeah, that's another stressful thing. I'm
Yeah.
so glad I'm not streaming right now because I'd be like,
Because like I think because you weren't with me on the first season. I mean, you were like sparingly. Mm-hmm. Second season,
second season,
and then third. You were a little bit more on third season, and 4. You were all out.
Yeah.
But, I was pretty like stressed because we were doing a show like every week, and that was pretty stressful.
Yeah, I don't know how.
It was tough. It was tough to motivate, 2 other people that are not on the show anymore. Mm-hmm. It was tough to motivate them, to look at material that either they liked or not liked, or they weren't interested in it at all. So, and get them to read like stuff and just like be ready for the show. But that was pretty stressful, and I'm glad we don't do it. We haven't done it this season. We just do we do it every other week, like every 2 weeks or something like that. But
which I think that's good. Cause,
yeah, it's healthy.
It eliminates because we get sick a lot. It eliminates we're not really doing the show this week, so I'm feeling under the weather. So I eliminated that. Like, hey man, I'm not feeling too good. Or you're gonna hear me like having the sniffles or losing my voice or something like that. So yeah, no, I like that every two weeks. Yeah, there
was a couple of times, and there's been a couple of times where we recorded like 2 shows in a row. Mm-hmm. Sometimes even 3, just to have one in tow. Whenever, I was anticipating whenever we did get sick, we could do that, but that's always a good thing to do a show like that. So.
Especially during the holidays.
Yeah. So.
They're just not, we have the TV on in the background, but it's on mute, but they're like promoting the heck out of Good Burger too. And I'm all for it.
Yeah, because you grew up on Good Burger, right?
I grew up on it whenever it was a skit on all that.
I didn't watch all that until you would watch it, and I wasn't say I was forced to watch it. I was just watching whatever you watched. And so I would watch it too, and I'd say, this is kind of funny.
Yeah, it was Saturday Night Live for kids.
Yeah.
They had to make it kid
friendly. Didn't they have Shia LaBeouf on there too?
No. I think he might have been.
That was Seth Rogen, right?
No.
Who was on there?
Shia LaBeouf, if he was on there, it was probably like a half a season or 1 season.
I could have sworn he was on there
because he was focused on doing even Steven.
Yeah,
literally, that's what he was focusing on. But I don't think he was ever.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just the 2 main big guys on there, Keenan and Kel. They got so popular that they started their own show, Keenan and Kel. And they had Coolio to do the intro.
Wow.
Which I thought that was kind of cool.
That is big time.
Big time, man.
Big time.
Was that from
I Love You, Man? Yeah.
It's like big time, big time.
You don't sound Jamaican. You sound like a leprechaun.
Slapping the bass.
So, can we talk about our guests that we're going to have up? Do you want to do it?
Yeah, might as well. So, we got our butts lit under fire on this one.
Yeah.
I guess it started with I saw this awesome person on TikTok.
And just like, hold on, before you go any further, we've talked about it on our previous podcast.
Yes.
So we're just continuing it. It's like, this is like a WWE rewind. Go ahead.
Yeah. Rewind. But we're actually like, name dropping this special guest. So we saw him on TikTok, and he was like, he's an author. And he wrote a book that, I guess he was just, trying to sell it like at grocery stores and stuff like that.
A Kroger.
And there was like a TikTok. I always forget his name. It's a TikToker that had a big following, and he just started doing a TikTok on. He
was actually grocery shopping.
He was grocery shopping. He saw this man. And he was like, man, this man. He looked defeated. If you look at the TikTok original video, he looked defeaed. So he just kind of blew up after that. And I was just like, okay, he's wrote a book about a girl trying to figure out who killed her parents, and she teams up with a ghost with multiple personalities. And so, like he is an author of this book, and this book is just like the #1 selling book on Amazon.
Yeah.
And the good thing about it is that it was, I wouldn't say it was easy, but we had the ability to go kind of introduce ourselves and meet him in person.
Yeah, he's local.
Because he's local.
He's local to us.
He's local to us, and we've met him. How many times have we?
3 times.
About 3 or 4 times.
I kind of feel like we're stalking him a little bit.
It kind of feels that way, but we're supporting him. We ended up buying his book twice. One for you, one for me for you, one for you.
I know.
And I read the book. It's a fantastic book. But it's we're the guest speaker. Now I'm going to name drop is Sean Warner.
Yeah,
Sean Warner has agreed to be a guest on our show.
Yeah,
and that's going to be soon. I don't want to say the date because I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it's going to be soon. So those who are listening to this, look him up, Sean Warner. The title of the book is so long.
Yeah,
but it's the Lee Howard and the ghosts of I want to say Simon Pierce mansion. I want to say.
Yeah,
I could be wrong. It's always the name of the mansion that always throws me off. But yes, I read the book. It's great, and we've talked to Sean multiple times, and he's just an amazing person. He's just very, very. I don't think I've. You ever look at a person and be like, man, I can't see this person ever get angry.
Yeah,
he's one of those people.
Yeah,
he was in the military too.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I kind of feel like I said, I kind of felt bad because I feel like we're stalking him a little bit because we ran into him. Like, because he posted.
We ran into him, yeah. No, we knew where he was at.
Steven's doing quotation marks in the air.
We knew where he was at, and then we just stopped by.
Yeah, I mean, we were buying his stuff, so.
Yeah. So, I remember I reached out to you, and I go, hey, man, we need to actually reach out because this guy's local.
Yeah,
we need to reach out to this guy.
I was going to say, I was real proud of you because I left it on you. I said, you do it. And so you reach out to him, you do it, and let's see if you can bring him in. And so, and you did, and then we met him, and we met him at the swap meet first, and
SwapCon, and that's whenever I knew. I go, man, this guy's so nice.
Yeah,
he's so humble still. He's not letting the fame get to him.
Yeah,
and you can tell he's overwhelmed because he's like, I didn't know.
Yeah,
this was gonna blow up. I'm happy, but
I bet he wasn't even on TikTok.
No,
before this.
I'm pretty sure he had to create a TikTok for this.
And his wife is so nice too.
She is so nice. She's a lovely lady, and she's very, as all spouses should be, very supportive. And yeah, they are. They're a fantastic duo, and I wish him nothing but the best. And,
Yeah, me
and
too.
More success, and he's got some tea, and I'm gonna try to get it out of him on when we talk to him. I got some pretty good questions to ask him, so I'm looking forward to see what he says.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be pretty nervous about interviewing him because I think the last guy we were nervous with was
Attila
Caldy, and before that was Scott. What's his name?
Oh, the one that did the
Scott
movie?
Herat.
Yeah.
Scott Herat. I was pretty nervous talking to him because
we ended up getting like halfway. We were getting jokes out of it, and
he was laughing pretty hard.
Yeah, because he's a funny guy.
He was actually a comedian before he was a documentary.
That's why I was all like, okay, I now I know why.
And then I was nervous with Attila Caldy, and he says, "Why?" I said, "Because you were on TV."
We're about to enter a whole new bowl.
This is the first time we've actually reached out to somebody, and they actually had a publicist.
Yeah, a publicist had to reach out to me, which is oh my god, like I kept trying to include you in it. I would put your email in there.
That's fine.
But it is what it is. We got a date on it, and
it's locked in.
It's locked in, and so we are. I'm looking forward to it, and so that's pretty awesome. I'm at that very confident high. That man, if I can just reach out to Michael Rosenbaum or Justin Timberlake, I can get these guys now. I'd welcome that.
Yeah. I mean, I know they're not Bigfoot people, but we can talk to them about Bigfoot.
Michael Rosenbaum's in California, so he's like, "Oh yeah." Like, I've heard of Bigfoot. I mean, he's got big feet. I mean, it's kind of hard to miss.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Yeah. But I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. So
super stoked.
Yeah, that's the scheduling. Somewhat future scheduling Bigfoot Club.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I was going to tell you this. I hadn't really talked to you about this, and I was going to be surprised for you. But I started a new job like in July, and I don't really talk a lot about it. I just say it's a property that's in the greater Dallas-Fort Worth area, and it's a pretty big building. It's like 2 towers, and they're pretty tall, and they have like a big parking garage. And I notice, because like whenever I walk around, because like sometimes I have to drive around to the garage, and I was driving around maybe like a month ago, and there was nobody like in the garage. It was maybe like 4 cars in the garage. It was probably like at 6 o'clock, and I was driving up from the 3rd floor going up to the 4th floor. Mm-hmm. And I heard like almost close to my ear, like banging, like somebody was banging on, because like they have like between the floors they have some metal railing to prevent people from falling over from one floor to the other floor. So I heard banging, like just banging, like bang, bang, like someone got another pole and they were banging it, and I could hear it, and I stopped the golf cart and it stopped. And I would continue again because it's kind of loud, it runs whenever it's running. So I'm running, I get again, it's banging again. And I stop, and it's nothing. I go up to the 4th level, I can hear it again, and it's banging. I stop, and I don't hear it anymore. And then I continue again, and I went down and I told Mike, my coworker, and he just thinks stuff follows me. That's what he thinks. He thinks paranormal stuff follows me. He goes, man, don't be bringing that ghost shit around. So, but, and then like, 2 weeks ago, Mike was sick and he was out. So when he's out, I have to do the patrol. So I was patrolling, the floors, and it's, pretty high floors, and I went down to the basement. And at this time, when I'm finishing up the patrol, the housekeepers are gone from this area. Because they usually come in at 5, and they leave the area probably around 7, and I'm doing this patrol like at 7:30 on 8 o'clock. So I was in the basement, and the basement's small. There's like a fitness center down there, and there's like a freight elevator, and there's one hallway, and I was like between the hallway and the freight, and I heard distinctively really loud, like someone going like that, like really loud, and I stopped. And I looked around, and I walked over to the fitness center, didn't see anybody. Walked in the bathrooms, nobody. I walked down the hallway, nobody. And I go, okay, that's kind of weird. So I heard that. That was 2 weeks ago. Last week, I was at the front desk. Mike was on patrol, and I was sitting there, and I was stretching. I was stretching with my arms straight up, and then I was bringing them down. I felt like a thumb and a finger, like jabbed my armpit, like jabbed the hell out of it. And I go, what the shit? And I jerk my hand down because, like, when someone hits your underarm, you kind of go down fast. It's defensive.
Yeah, because it's like tickling almost.
Yeah, and so that happened, and I turned around really quick. I thought it was like somebody like walked up behind me because, like, we have two entrances on behind me on the right and left, and someone could walk up behind me if I'm like really close to the desk. And so I thought that was really, really weird. So I've had 3 incidents like that in the last probably like 2 months there at that building.
So is that place haunted?
I don't know. There's actually 2 gentlemen that work deep night there, and they've been there over 20 years.
And they never said anything.
And I've asked them, and they said no, nothing that I know of. So it was just kind of weird. I just wanted to mention that to you.
That is weird. No voices though, right?
No, I haven't heard any voices. Just the whistle. Just the whistle. It was like really clear, like it was almost like right on my ear. Like,
that's weird.
Yeah,
that is weird.
I'm gonna probably take a K2 meter with me up there.
You should.
And so maybe a digital recorder.
You should. Yep.
So
that is, I mean, I think you yourself would know if it was like, menacing or something.
It's tough. It's tough to sense it there because like there's so many stuff. There's so much like energy there. Air conditions, elevators, electrical doors.
What I would like for you to do is see if you can go back to 1505M and go back to that basement. See if it's a different field.
I don't know if I can get back in there.
You can just hey, I used to work here, and they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
They're not going to do that.
Yeah, just do it, man.
I love your overly positive optimism on it.
Someone's got to do it, okay? So I think you're selling yourself short, and you should. They should know your name when you walk in there. And
yeah,
hey, Rob,
no.
Yeah, I need to go check the basement. How you doing? All right, see you later. All right. And then you go down the elevator, and then it should take about like 15 minutes.
I'll be down there in 15 minutes. I'll be back.
Yeah, there you go.
No, they won't let me in there.
Come on, man. Come on, buddy. I asked Andy to see if he's still.
I don't think they have it.
You don't think so? Mm-mm. I think you should ask still.
But let me see. So I had that going on for me. So it's kind of weird.
That is weird. But nothing ever happens at your place of residence right now.
No, nothing.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
But
hey.
But I think that's one of the things that if you're allowing that door to open, you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So I don't think you're looking for that. I will say this though. One of those pictures right here in the hallway, Blair. That's like one of the pictures of Blair, and it's actually a picture of the Goatman's Bridge.
Mm-hmm. Is it really?
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh yeah, it's the Goatman's Bridge." And I was like, "What the hell? Are you serious?
Why does she have that?
Oh, it's just a picture of her and the Goatman's Bridge. I don't know why.
She went up there?
Yeah, she went there a long ass time ago.
When she was little?
When she was like in her teenager, high school.
Yeah.
But I know you went to Goatman's Bridge recently on that.
Yeah, this past year.
Was it this past year?
I think so.
So
or was it last year?
I want to say it was last year.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because I was like, that's too recent.
Yeah.
But recently you went.
That's season 4. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So on that one, like you said, like you didn't really feel anything on that.
I did feel it in one kid there.
Yeah. So so that one where you're talking about right there is that some kid was staring at you.
Mm-hmm. And it was dark, but I felt him staring at me, and I think either Candace or Caitlin was standing next to or close to him, and I asked her. I said, "Is he staring at me?" And I think she said, "Yeah," because he looked like he's looking at you. and it was dark. So
yeah, so that's why I'm like, how would he be able to see you if it was that dark?
I don't know. It was weird because they just walked up on us, and they were talking about how a guy showed up on one of the nights there wearing a cloak and was handing out like flyers and was shouting like stuff in Latin or something.
Oh, that's great. That's exactly what you need to hear.
Yeah.
No, I was just wondering. Like, I was like, man, I don't remember him saying that he felt something or he felt off, felt different. Because I know you said you went under the bridge.
Yeah, it was at the time. It was hard for me to walk.
Yeah, I do remember you saying that, and I was like, and I was thinking when you were telling me that, I didn't really hear what you were saying, but I was because I was overclouded with, why did he do that? Why did he? I'm pretty sure that's steep. He could have fell. Like I was more concerned about that. But I don't think I ever really asked, like, oh, so did you feel anything?
So I went under the bridge, the part where I can't remember, it was Aaron or it was Billy from Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, I think Zach went down there too.
And they had like
seance.
Yeah, they had a seance down there. Mm-hmm. So we went down there, and I think Caitlin took some Polaroids of me. But all you can see was me in the Bigfoot Club shirt.
Huh.
So
that's just I just find it odd with, I don't know. I guess it's not for everybody.
No.
Because you know what I'm getting at, right?
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's just so weird. Like, I felt like I've seen more recently whenever you're in the hospital. Like, I saw that guy.
Yeah.
Than you. And I'm all like, what the fuck? I don't know. It's so weird.
Because like maybe I'm seeing stuff and I just don't know.
Yeah. That's the part that's worrisome. Like, how do you know if it's real or not? How do you know if it's like, if you talk to somebody at work and you don't even know if it's like,
yeah, because there was a couple of times when I worked at Baylor Hospital. This was like in 94, 95. Mm-hmm. And my office was right next to the morgue.
That's great.
Yeah, and then there was a couple of times when there was people walking down the hallway, and I would say hello to them or good night, have a good night, and they wouldn't respond. And there was a couple of times where I was walking, and I went up to the guy and I hit their shoulder with my finger to make sure there was a real person. And the guy looked at me whenever I did that, like, what the hell? I go, sorry.
Sorry, man. I had to make sure you were real.
Yeah, because like it was a lot of strange stuff happened at Baylor.
Yeah, I remember you telling me stuff that you've seen there.
And then when we had that guy Oscar Mendoza on, the one who was on, he wrote some books and he was on like a couple of shows. He was talking about Baylor Hospital a lot too. So
you think? Well, if you really think about it, all hospitals are pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. The people die there daily.
Daily. So, yeah. I've always wondered that, and I was like, well, yeah, he went to Goatman's Bridge, but I'm pretty sure Scott did his.
Man,
thing
there was weird stuff going on when we were there because like Scott was doing AVP section, and he was using he had a temperature gauge that was also a K2 meter, and it beeps whenever something's close to the K2. So he was talking to it and he was asking to do yes or no commands, and it was doing it. And then he turned it off, and then we had a spirit box that was his, and the spirit box was beeping, like that. That temperature gauge stopped beeping, and then his spirit box was beeping, and I looked at Scott and I go, "Is that supposed to beep?" He goes, "No, it's only supposed to scan for frequencies," and it was beeping every time he asked a question. Beep, beep. It was doing it, and then I think Ricky Ewing was with us. She turned it off. It continued to beep after she turned it off.
Okay, yeah, that's a little...
so
a little weird.
So we had that going on.
So I just think right now, I don't know, if you're at a right area, you are probably a light, an antenna, a small antenna. It's not crazy, but it's enough to be like, okay, there's a little something here too. And yeah, that's why like we've been looking for houses, and I'll say, Robert, get out and do your thing.
Yeah.
Like, see if you can feel anything. You've been like humble and be like, it's hard to tell outside. Like, I have to go inside.
Yeah, I have to go inside. So. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm, a psychic or a medium or anything like that. It's just, when it's there, it's there. When it's not, it's not. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think you're right. You've always had that. What is it?
Insight.
I guess insight is because I was going to say intuition, but it's not.
Yeah, you could say that too.
But I would say insight. Insight. Right. You had that special insight even before that happened. Mm-hmm. You just know how to read a room very well.
Read the room.
You read the room before the room was even like showing itself. So that's why I was like, what?
I think the biggest one I've ever gotten. Whenever I was talking on Matt's show, we were doing one on Brown Springs. Mm-hmm. And that was probably the first time I actually got hit. Mm-hmm. I got bombarded either with EMF or infrasound. I got hit so hard I had to take a breath. It was like I had to do that. I go, oh my God. It was like so deep there. I don't think anybody else. I got to talk to Guillain to see if he got that. I got to talk to Kenny too again about it. So,
that's
that was a lot of energy there. Brown Springs is it's a messed up place. It's a messed up place. Even in the daytime, I can't imagine it going there at night.
So Ghost Adventures needed to go out there.
Yeah, Brown Springs. Yeah,
there are things in this world that we do not fully understand. We want answers.
We worked years to build our credibility.
We don't watch too much TikTok.
Yeah,
but
TikTok.
Yeah, so I guess when it boils down to it, whenever we do some investigations, we're gonna have to, I don't know, really, really tap into whatever to see if you have on there. But I mean, I don't think you. It just depends on where we're at.
Yeah,
because I want to do I want to go to the Baker Hotel.
Yeah,
I've always. I think that's like.
What about that other one?
No. No. I think I'm good. I got chills just because I knew you were going to say that. I got chills down my spine, guys. No, the Baker Hotel. I think I'm just infatuated just by the history of it.
What's the other one called? Hill House.
Yeah, Hill House. I think the Guillain-Barré has been there.
Yeah, even
Robert Brown's been there too.
I'm not sure if he's been there. I know Cecilia, the lady passed away with Crazy Cat Paranormal. She went there with her husband, and I think they stayed there for like 2 nights.
Yeah, I don't think.
She was telling me that they heard a piano play all night.
Yeah, see,
and I don't know if there's a piano there.
No, I don't think.
I'm not sure. If anybody knows if there's a piano at Hill House,
we just try to reach out to Jin.
Yeah, we should.
Is there a piano there?
Why did you say it like that?
Is there a piano? I don't know. I don't know. I was trying to make a skit or something.
You want let's do the Beefro.
The Beefro.
The Beefro segment.
Before we forget.
I like that. That's really good.
That's so dumb. I'm so dumb. Woo!
That was late, but
hey, it was still on time.
Yeah,
still on time. Woo! I'm raising my hands.
Yeah.
To the audience that can't see me, I'm raising my hands.
Okay.
So yeah.
What's going new with the Beefro?
So the BFRO.
Okay. Before we start, we're not sponsored by them.
No,
we don't advocate them.
No,
they're not part of our group.
No, we just use it as a form of information.
A tool.
Yes.
So.
But yeah, it looks like we had some. So these are reports posted November 1st, 2023, and I guess. Oh wait, no, this one was.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they just got this report, but it happened in April of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So this is in Sumter County. It's a Class B.
Sumter County. What state is it?
That's a good question. Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up. Florida.
Okay.
So Skunk Ape?
Probably, possibly. We got to call Marie Dumont.
Wait, nearest town in Bushnell. and it happened in spring of April 13th. My husband had gone to bed at midnight, but I stayed up to watch TV. I don't know why I'm talking like that. At around 4:30 a.m., I heard a loud, deep, nasal grunt outside the RV. This sound woke our 4 cats, and 3 of them ran to the buffet window to look out. Window. This window faces the direction where the sound was heard. 30 seconds later, there were 2 more grunts, followed by 3 more approximately 20 seconds later, then the 5 grunts 15 seconds after that. So interesting. The cats did not look frightened, but were very interested in the sounds of something out the window. It sounded as if it was about 100 feet away. I was in the living room at the back of our 43 fifth wheel, so I'm using that as a comparison. Okay. The only light in the RV was the TV. I decided I did not want to look out, so I turned off the TV and went to bed. The cats stayed at the window approximately 5 minutes. After climbing in bed, I heard 2 distinct knocks at the front passenger side of the RV.
That's scary.
That is scary.
Like, I wonder if it's a knock or it's like a hand,
like just touching the RV.
Yeah, just touching
Sounds
it.
like a knock. I know this sound because my husband will knock on the RV when we are unhooking to let me know the tanks are drained. I did not wake up my husband, and I decided to ignore all of this and go to sleep.
Nice.
That's
nice.
Yeah, because I think she's thinking ahead.
Yeah.
If she wakes up the husband's going to get out, and then some shit's going to happen.
I mean,
I get that.
I get it too, but it could be a burglar and trying to break in or something.
Well.
Anyway, go ahead.
2 nights later, I went to bed before my husband. I was lying there reading on my iPad in the dark when I heard the same grunt twice, but it sounded much farther away and in the swamp area this time. It was around midnight. I called my husband into the bedroom, but we did not hear it again. Right after he came into the bedroom, I lifted the blind on my side on the bed and looked into the swamp. I thought I saw eye shine about 5 feet off the ground in the area full of water. The light source was the weak light from the bathhouse, which was next to the RV on the driver's side. I looked at my husband, and by the time I looked back, the eye shine was gone. We left 2 days later, and with no further incidents happened in that time. I researched native Florida animals and listened to a variety of call sounds, including donkeys. None of the sounds came to even close to what I've heard. I have not heard this sound before. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, this was that's a.
Did she Did she say it was like a RV park that they went to, or was it just
the activity at this RV park also yeah.
So I wonder if this time of year, whatever that time of year, the RV park is either busy or not busy, because it sounds like if it's not that busy, and whenever someone goes up and hooks up and just stays for the night, that these Bigfoots are trying to figure out, okay, who's this? Why are they here? And maybe like the grunting is them communicating with each other. Mm-hmm. Like maybe it's more than one. And they're like, hey, you go over there and you come here or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of interesting. And then the one that's like 5 foot off the ground, I'm kind of thinking they're on all fours, maybe 5 foot off the ground.
In the water, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, that's actually a good point.
That's a weird one. That was posted November 1st, but this was, I guess, a report back in 2016. There is another one that happened in October 2023.
Same area?
No, this is in Union County, and this is in Florida.
Also, okay.
Gainesville.
Okay. College town. Okay.
Mm-hmm. The crossing. Okay, hold on. Location detail. So this was a motorist sighting. Like he was on a motorcycle. The crossing point was, the crossing point on the county road 229 between Connor Cemetery.
Yeah.
Nearby bridge over New River, referred to as Connor Bridge. Locals due to proximity to the cemetery. The witness was driving north. He had just passed the cemetery on the left. It was dark. There was no street lights. He could only determine that the crossing point was closer to the bridge than the cemetery, but not on the bridge itself. It was before the beginning guardrails, as best as he could recall. Therefore, these GPS coordinates are not exact, but rather a best guess. They're close enough for both practical and scientific purposes, and it has the latitude and longitude. What
was the freeway you said?
Connor Bridge over New River, referred to as Connor Bridge, County Road 229.
Okay.
So it says, my wife and I were driving home from the neighboring town Stark on North County Road 229 about 11:45 p.m. As I approached Connor Bridge, I noticed a black bipedal figure run across the road between my vehicle and the bridge. The subject was very large and moving extremely fast, taking only 2 or 3 steps to cross the road and another step to cross the embankment and disappear into the tree line. As I slowed down to try to get a better look at what I just saw, I noticed that there were no game, trail, or path to the area the individual had entered the tree line, and the bushes were still shaking in its wake.
Gainesville's got a lot of state parks and national reserves and management wildlife areas. They have Santa Fe Swamp Conservation Area. They got Newman's Lake Conservation Area, Grove Park Wildlife Management Area, Pines Prairie Preserve State Park. They got a lot of area around Gainesville. So, she said she saw it cross the road?
Mm-hmm. Extremely fast. They put that in there. She
didn't say like big or...
large.
Large.
Mm-hmm.
Large Marge. Okay. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. The subject was very large and moving extremely fast.
If you were interviewing this lady, what kind of questions would you ask her?
Did it make any sounds when it was
Mm-hmm.
crossing the road? Did it look like it was looking at him like like I caught?
Facial features.
So you got to think. A Bigfoot smells.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he passed the threshold of where he ran extremely. Like, did he smell anything?
Right.
I'm trying to think. He said there was no trail.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but he did say like the bushes were still moving.
It was shaking in its wake.
Yeah,
I like that.
That
shaking
is.
in its
Man,
wake.
who notices that? Nobody.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's. I think I'm stumped on those only questions. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I would say what color? Could she tell it was a male, female? Does it have any facial features? Did she smell anything?
Make any sounds?
Make any sounds?
Did it sound heavy?
Right.
Like, what I mean by sounds like that is like, did it sound like thump, thump, like?
Yeah,
you know,
that's true because like so many people, when you hear these eyewitness reports, some of them say this thing was so large and then like the ground shook, as they're walking and stuff. So
there's also another one in October, but this time it's in Minnesota. And this is there, and they're in the daytime. And this happened on October 6th. The observed, it says, while my mother and I were goose hunting up by Bina and 6 Mile Lake Road in the Mud Goose Management Area, we both witnessed a Bigfoot. We were traveling down 2127 from east to west, and my mom said, whoa, back up. Down trail 226 near the bend, we seen a Bigfoot off the trail in the grassy ditch, and it slowly moved off the trail west to the east. My mom asked me if it felt like it moved super slow motion. I concurred. The ditch on the site was 3 feet down in the grass, and the side of the trail was 3 feet tall. And the upper torso was about 3 or 4 feet showing above the grass, leaving the Bigfoot to approximately 8 to 10 feet tall.
That's huge.
Mm-hmm. We drove down to the spot and we both noticed a strong sulfur or rotting vegetation When I got out of the car and immediately felt my hair stand up on my body, I checked for any sign of footprints on. So was that infrasound?
What did she say?
She said, hold on, where's it at? We drove to the spot and both noticed a strong sulfur or rotting vegetation. So strong sulfur smell, right?
Yeah.
When I got out of the car and I immediately felt my hair stand up on my body.
Yeah, possible.
Sounds like infrasound, right? By the smell?
Yep. I mean, it wouldn't be done by the smell. It would be done by, the
But isn't smell a part of it?
The smell is probably an alpha male.
Okay.
The smell is because, like, whenever they feel threatened, like silverback gorillas, they give off a pungent smell. Mm-hmm. As a defensive mechanism. Mm-hmm. So
it sounded like it didn't like that it was spotted,
mm-hmm.
and then they actually went
to the area. Who does that?
Obviously,
because apparently she knew what it was, right?
Uh-huh.
When she saw it.
Yep.
This is a Bigfoot.
Yeah, because she said, "Whoa, back up," and then they looked and they were like, "What is that?" So let me continue reading it.
Go ahead.
I checked for any sign of footprints on the road. I could not see due to gravel being packed down. There was a small bit of gravel disturbed on one spot near the west side of the road shoulder. We later got stopped by the local CO, conservation officer, a.k.a. game warden, checks on hunters. When we mentioned what we had seen and where it was, he remarked that's where people have been reporting seeing a Bigfoot.
That's odd.
Yeah. So it looks like it always goes there?
No, it's odd that...
Oh, that he would say that?
That he would say that.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, you never know. My mother and I have no doubt that we just saw one. Other witnesses to myself, my mother was Groose. Why? That's the second time they spelled Groose. Groose hunting.
With the R?
Yeah.
Well, that's a type of bird.
Oh, is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm stupid. Sorry. This happened around 9:30 a.m. Temperature was 50 degrees and wind at 10-15 miles per hour. And the environment was a forest, lowland swamp.
Minnesota has a lot of lakes, a lot of water and stuff. And you said it was.
Sorry, I'm looking at the follow-up from the
the investigator.
Yeah, hold on. I think it was investigator Ontario Richardson. He said I'm going to read all of this and this like the fifth paragraph. That's pretty funny. I just saw that and I was laughing. I spoke at length with Jeff Stanley and separately with his mother, Susie, about their encounter in early October. They were grouse hunting, driving slowly along 6 Mile Lake Road near Mud Grouse Trail. They might not have spotted the figure down the side of the road if they had not been driving slowly and looking around for grouse. Susie, the mother, spotted it first and shouted, "What the hell was that?" Jeff hit the brakes and backed up. Susie had seen the giant back of what looked like a massive body when they backed up. Jeff shouted, "It's moving." What they saw was the figure turn to a side profile, showing the head to the waist of what appeared to be a giant black creature walking into the timber on 2 feet. Jeff yelled for his mom to get her camera in case they saw it again. This is the part where I laughed. That just caught me off guard. They described it as hulking Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson figure with a rounded head sitting low on its shoulders.
Okay.
I don't think that's pretty big, but I mean, I get what they're saying.
Maybe they're small people.
I guess it appeared to be looking down. Its head was almost swallowed up by the huge That's a weird one.
Shoulder?
Swallowed up by the huge shoulders from their view angle. It had solid dark hair with a uniform pattern over its body. The arms were long and slowly swung as it walked into the woods. Based on the depth of the ditch, the height of the grass it walked through, they estimated it around 8 feet tall. Although it walked upright, she described it as more ape-like than human. After it disappeared into the woods, they drove back into the spot where they had seen it. They had a moment to unpack and happen before they got out and walked towards where the figure had stood. They noticed a pungent smell, which they described as rotting compost mixed with musty rags. They saw small mounds of dirt pushed up to the ground, similarly to what a toe would create. Jeff brought up to their dad that they should take some pictures of what they were seeing. His dad said he wasn't comfortable sticking around any longer, so they returned to the car. Later that day, they ran into the game warden while he was checking out their birds. Jeff blurted out what they had seen. The game warden responded with, "That is where people reported seeing those." This caught the family off guard, and they were expecting him to refute what they saw.
Right. That's odd.
Yeah. Jeff and Susie are both very certain that the huge figure with long arms was not a bear.
See, to me, it sounds like an alpha male.
Yeah.
With the smell and the size proportion and the neck and all that stuff, and hulking Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, that's a weird comparison, but okay. That's why I looked at it. I go, what the hell did I just read?
Yeah. I'm just flabbergasted on how the game warden or the conservation officer agreed to that, because here in Texas, man, they don't do that at all.
Yeah.
But it's very descriptive.
It is. Yeah, it's. I'm sorry, I'm just flabbergasted by the rock comparison.
Yeah.
So I liked how it said that it was solid black hair, but with a uniform pattern.
Mm-hmm. Meaning like probably patchy or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and it does sound like it was.
Yeah, because if I was there, I would probably ask, because they sound like they had a pretty good view of it. I would ask everything from, his eyebrows to his head, shape of his head, the color of his nipples, stomach, arms. Was it male or female?
Because I don't think I've ever read, and correct me if I'm wrong, and you're like, oh yeah, I've heard this. I've never heard or anyone say about a report they saw a Bigfoot or Bigfoot's ears. So it says,
yeah, that's true.
Side profile. Did they see the ears?
Yeah.
What did the ears look like? Like
I have to agree with you. I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about its ears,
because I've multiple times or heard people say they saw the eyes, the nose was pushed in.
The bridge of their
the mouth, the teeth, the chin,
the forehead,
their fingers, their private parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never heard anybody say anything about ears.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think you're right on that. I hit it right on the money, because I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about that either.
Because that would throw you off. Like, yeah, and I saw his ears. And hair was coming out of his ears. Whoa, wait, what? I don't think I've ever heard that.
Yeah.
That's the things I think of whenever it comes to that shit.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Because when someone says that, I go, wait, what?
Yeah,
what did you say?
You said the ears?
Let's talk about his penis.
Sandwiches? Subway?
3 a.m.
Lord.
Yeah. That's pretty good, man.
That one is during the day, 9:30 in the morning.
Sounds like I said, I sound like an alpha.
Yeah, you know what? I think if I were able to see a Bigfoot, I'd rather see it in the daytime than at night. Because I can't.
At night, you wouldn't see it leave.
You wouldn't see it coming at you.
You wouldn't see it coming back.
Because I think it would be too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that wasn't there like I want to say that you told me this story, or I can't remember if you said it or it was Kenny, but somebody was like, somebody was in their car and they were in the middle of the woods. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they just stopped in the middle of the woods to sleep, but they had a sunroof on their car, and the guy like tilted his seat back to go to sleep, and then when he woke up, there was a face looking at him down through the sunroof, and
that's fucking scary.
I can't remember if you said it or
no, it's probably Kenny, because I think I would remember that story, because that's fucking creepy.
Yeah, he said that it was like I want to say, yeah, I guess it was Kenny, They said that it was like showing its teeth.
Marvelous Marv, yeah.
And it looked evil. And the guy screamed. He didn't even lift up his chair. He had the keys in ignition. He just took off.
Yeah.
And when he took off, the Bigfoot hit the trunk, like spanked it.
Yeah.
To get it out of there.
Almost like that story in Australia, right? Like, bitch, get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, that always stuck with me. I go, oh God, that is
creepy.
A terrible thing to wake up to. Like, you're like, what the hell?
What would you think if, like, say that would happen to a guy or maybe you, and you wake up and he's looking down the sunroof and he shows his teeth, and then you show its teeth back to it, or scream back at it?
That's just inviting a fight that I don't think I could win. I'm just going to be brutally honest on that.
I mean, because like the theory is that if you stand your ground, the Bigfoot will leave. Mm-hmm. That's the theory.
I think that isn't that a theory for all animals though. Like if a bear comes up to your chart and you
no, a bear's going to get you.
Well, no, I've heard like I don't know about a grizzly bear, but if it's a brown bear,
I think you're thinking about gorillas.
I think that gorilla's a lot worse.
No, because like I think Jane Goodall's talked about that. She's talked about standing her ground.
I thought it was submitting, like going like this, and
you can do that too. You can do that too, but yeah, that's the theory, is that if you stand your ground, it'll go. That's the theory. But I don't know if anybody's actually done it.
I don't know, because I think we all think of a Bigfoot as some sort of animal. I think it's more than that. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I think it understands mockery. Mm-hmm. So if you were to go, like just show your teeth, it'll feel like it's mocking, or you're mocking it. And it's going to be pissed off even more. Like, motherfucker. And then he'll flip the car, and I'm just stuck under the car.
Yeah.
So there goes my chance of ever getting away.
Yeah.
No, I just think it would. I don't know.
Because I think this is me. I think they understand if they were to kill a human, they know that more humans would show up. That's my thinking on it. But
as far as it goes, though, it knows it's in the wooded area, and anything can happen in the woods. And if you hide the body,
they know
how to hide their bodies.
I mean, they probably wouldn't even have to hide the body. They would just like kill it, and wolves and other animals would come and eat on it.
No, I think it's
let's scatter it. Because that's what happens to like bears whenever bears die. Whenever bears die, yeah, you don't ever find. That's what John Bitternagel told me. Because he told me, because I asked him, I said, how do they bury their dead? He goes, well, I'd never seen a bear's skeleton. Whenever a bear dies, their skeleton and their carcass gets sorted through the woods, because wolves and coyotes will come eat at it, and mountain lions and stuff.
Vultures.
Yeah, vultures. So.
Wow. Yeah, no, I never thought of it that way. But back to your question, yeah, I don't think mocking it. I think it would view it as some sort of mockery if you showed its teeth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think that's a door you do not want to open.
Yeah, if you do, make sure you do it with someone that's heavily armed.
Yeah, like a 12-gauge shotty.
Yeah,
like have it already like pumped and everything.
Yeah,
then show the teeth.
Yeah. We're at 1 minute 2 seconds.
Ooh, yeah. I think you can do something with this.
I think so too.
Thanks,
so too. So
thanks. But
you got any shout outs?
Shout out to Blair,
mm-hmm.
my wife. Shout out to the boys, and shout out to the future for whatever it holds of us getting us a house.
I do want to say happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes.
If this episode comes out before Thanksgiving, which it will, and if we don't put a show out by Thanksgiving, I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, safe holidays, all that stuff. I mean, we'll talk to you way before Christmas, but
okay.
Yeah.
Good night
and good luck.
Good luck.